Hello everyone, welcome back to what should be a fairly easy session of Football Manager today. We're on episode 6. Of course, I say it should be easy. In my experience in the past, this is when things go wrong. But that'll make for interesting viewing anyway. The plan for today is to knock out that friendly against Bolivia, which, despite my Canadian squad being quite depleted, should be fairly straightforward. They're substantially below us in the international rankings, so we should be able to knock them out easily. And then we've got our Knockout Cup match against Real Kings, which they're above us in the league table right now, but that's mostly because they've played more matches. We're expected to be able to take that fairly easily. So, let's see how things go. Doesn't really matter. Oh, good. Just what I needed. Nelson got hurt. I think this means we'll only have 17 players available against Bolivia. They say 19, but I think it's actually going to effectively be 17 when we consider that two of the players I drafted aren't supposed to play in the match according to their club. Apparently, we're still bullying Orlando Pirates, even with our junior teams. Although, this under 21 squad isn't very under 21. It's fairly close to my starting 11. Nope, we're getting some agent shuffling. Who the hell are you? Yeah, you can be an emergency backup. I don't even recognize your name. Oh, that's right. He's the goaltender I brought in when I thought February was going to leave. I don't really care if he gets upset about me cutting his playing time. I'll just let him go if he doesn't like it. The good news is people are starting to work their way back off the injured reserve list. Because both Bakwane and Senamala got hurt and were out for a couple of weeks. But it looks like they're getting close to being pickable again. I'll probably want to give them some time to actually fully recover, but they're still substantial. It's still substantially better to see them in the orange than completely not allowed to draw them. Got in another youngster. This is not going to help the financial situation of the club, but I'm pretty happy to be bringing in more people. So he'll be able to play for us starting at the start of January. And he's young enough he won't take up a registration slot on the team, which is nice. He's seem to have held the button too long. Don't think that's going to go through, but we'll see how it plays out. Bakit, Sudanese. Oh, well, I can't try for him anyway. I would have liked to bring him in, but being Sudanese was a pretty big strike against him because, I'm sure you've noticed by now, I'm already having selection issues with foreigners. I don't really need more foreigners coming in. I kind of need to focus my scouts back on South Africa. they're supposed to be scouting pretty much every South African competition, but they're not spending a lot of time there because they don't think there's enough talent in the South African leagues. And I mean, they're finding us better players by looking all over the world. But like this guy, he's good enough. There's no way I can't try for him. He's a 19-year-old forward, which I need, and they're like recommending him as a 78% chance. There's a potential he goes fully up to 5 stars. But on the other hand, he's Irish. I probably can't put him in the team. Oh, this is kind of nice to see. Bolivia struggle against the 4-4-2, which is what I play. Yeah, I'm going to have to put Petrasso in with that injury. Let's see if we can get him in something resembling a competent position. Which would be having him as an attacking inverted winger. He's marginally better, but I really don't like having a starter at 1.5 stars, but he's the only player I've got that can slot into that spot, so I kind of have to roll with it. Now they're wanting to change things around to be better, but I'm going to make Petrasso practice in that position for a couple days. See if he can get a little better. Don't want me using David, Stocchio, Wusu, K, Noguera, and Carducci all want their clubs all want them just for 45 minutes. Are you familiar with my squad depth? So we're going to be ignoring a lot of those, and my acrimonious relationship with club coaches is probably going to continue. Maybe if I'm lucky, things will be going well enough I can honor that and just put out an atrocious team for the second half. But I feel like with only 19 people on the squad list, I'm going to be just ignoring most of that. Sign him no matter what the price. He's South African. Oh, hell yeah, we're going for this guy. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Promising striker signed no matter the price. I unfortunately can't see his scouting level, like how well they thought, because I switched to the Canadian display and Canada hasn't scouted him. That's something I don't like with this game, but there's not really anything I can do to fix it, so I'm just going to have to roll with that. Can't get a work permit for Johnson. We're appealing it. I know. Burrows doesn't want to come in. That's fine. They leaked that we're trying for Saketo Long. Oh good, this was rejected. That scared me for a second. I can't afford to lose Luke Fleurs. He does not like that I didn't want that to go. Now I could let Nikosi talk to him. He tends to be really bad at cheering people up over this. But he's the one who made the decision, so I'm going to tell him to talk to him anyway. It went as well as I expected. Well, Fleurs is going to have to get over that because he's not leaving the club anytime soon. Here we see why I'm not terribly worried about Bolivia. 30 degrees, that's hot enough to be an issue. Not great turnout, but a very good pitch. Because I moved this position to an inverted winger, now they want me to play Tablet there and Petrasso on the other side, which I'm all for, because it's substantially better than a 1.5 star starter on that wing, but still below where I'd like to be. I don't have a lot. This is a weird squad. I've got 3 phenomenal players, and then just everyone else is hot garbage. It's Bolivia, though. That shouldn't be an issue. The bigger issue will be the club. All the clubs wanting me to limit the play time for people, and I don't intend to honor that. Small pitch, which is not so good as it was against Australia, because this time we're the club that wants to be bullying people out at the wings. And that was just sloppy play on their part, up against one of my star players, and they just did not control the ball well. I was just going to say that will probably be a penalty, but it already showed up on the screen. Owusu's been working out well as a penalty taker. He's not someone I would have picked for that position, but they've been sending him in, and I've just been letting it go because it's friendlies and let people get to practice, and he's actually been doing pretty well. I think I'm going to keep him that way in competitive matches. Don't get sent off, Annie. We're playing sloppy. 2 yellow cards 12 minutes in. That's not great either. We're playing sloppy, or this ref is extremely strict. We're playing a South American team, so we're probably getting common balled. Although I don't think the game designers included that, but it would be a cool detail if they did. For those of you who don't know, common ball is something North American football fans refer to when they go to South America, and the refs basically call everything for the home side because they don't really like that. They find it offensive that North American teams are considered good enough to compete with them, so they tend to try to take steps. Of course, this is all allegedly in fan perception, but I've watched a lot of matches against South American teams, and I'm not going to say there's nothing to it. They're actually defending pretty well when they're not screwing up and fouling us in the box. I mean, we're dominating possession and shots on goal, but it's kind of the thing I was commenting on when I said that it was a narrow field, and I didn't love that. They're able to really effectively pack the box, and we're just stuck as a shooting gallery on the outside. Hopefully, as they get tired, we can break that down. But given that I'm supposed to be rotating my squad quite a bit, that might not come to bear. Don't love that Mello's got a yellow too now. And it's all of stuff they're not showing in highlights, so I can't judge how valid they are. If they're not valid, I'll get notifications of it after the match, but it doesn't really help me decide how to handle things now. They're really not doing a good job of keeping possession of the ball. And we got up past most of their defenders. But that goaltender is also quite good. I was just going to say, if we got to pack the box that time, we might have actually gotten through, but goaltender just got a hold of it. And that was a mistake by Tabla. That should not have been moving that slowly right up by the net. That was almost a pass to color. Looks like they're just giving up and going route one, but their inability to keep possession of the ball is really hurting them. Even though I don't have close to the strongest Canadian squad out there today, they just don't seem to have the focus we do. There we go. Finally a goal by Jonathan David. His stats seem accurate in this game, but he has been underperforming like crazy for me. Game still thinks he's a star player, and I think he's a star player, but he's not been having a whole lot of great shots. I imagine it's largely that other teams have the scouting data and know he's that good, so they've been shutting him down. And Kyle Laren's been in a massive slump lately, so he hasn't been, because I usually like to have Laren and David up front, but he's not been good enough to make my squad for the last couple of picks and breaks, and it's forcing me to play David and then someone that's like 1.5 star a lot in striking. This is with Amrani up there. This is actually one of my better striking setups I've had for about a year. That shows that the issue with Bolivia seems to be their mental stats, because that was very poorly played. They should have just taken it away from us the way we've done to them multiple times, and nothing. It just trickled through. Like, pass was completed as intended. We might actually get a third before the half. And we do. Like I said, Amrani's actually been doing very well up front. And to think he doesn't even really exist. But he should not have been that open. They're making a lot of mistakes. We've been cutting our own throat with the bookings, but things still look really good for us. I'm going to see if I want to make any substitutions. Like, We're looking really hot. Of course, it doesn't tell me who I'm not. I know Carducci was supposed to be subbed off. David was supposed to come off, so I'll bring him off for Darren Village. Oops. I'm going to take everyone else off in a second here. I just don't remember who else I'm supposed to be pulling, so I'm going to have to wait till I make these subs and then make some more. I'm up by 3 goals. I might as well try to be nice to the actual. Let's see. Owusu, K, and Estacchio. So let's see. Owusu come off for Arja. K can come off for Harbor, and I'm going to have to shuffle things around. And Estacchio can come off for, let's put Saputo in. Arja will be deep lying playmaker. Saputo can be a supporting central midfielder. And now I need to figure out. Kemp play out there? Yeah. That's what I'll do. I'll move Kemp to the outside as a defensive fullback, and then Harbor can come in as a stopping central defender. As you can see, I've made the team substantially worse. But hopefully I don't get yelled at because I made all these changes. And I mean, we're up 3 against an unimpressive looking squad. I think we can still win this even with me actually listening to what the ongoing coaches want. We're up 4 now against an unimpressive squad. Tabla, despite almost never actually looking impressive in the positions I play him, has been on quite a run. He's gone from a guy I never really wanted to use because he always looked uncomfortable in the positions I was putting him in, to basically a first pick every time unless he's hurt. You can see how tired the guys who have been in from the start are getting a lot of the time. That 30-degree weather is starting to wear them down. Everyone's either subbed or is playing too well for me to want to change them out. I've only got 3 people I haven't brought in yet, and one of them's a backup goaltender. So really, I've only got Henry and Mujkic to even consider bringing in, and I don't really want to make either of those changes right now. We'll see if anyone gets really tired, but I think this is probably the squad that's going to finish the game. Okay, the ref's starting to equalize the yellow cards now. 67, yeah, you're still fine. I'm just making sure that people aren't... Oops, that was a mistake, but I'm just making sure that people aren't overtired. I don't need to exhaust them when we're up 4 goals. Yeah, Mello and Tabla are starting to look exhausted. I can change Mello for Henry. And Tabla, do I have anyone that I can put in for you? I mean, they're saying Mujkic, but that's only because he's the only person that's left to rotate in. But, actually, no. He's going to have to sit on the bench. I don't want to shuffle around the squad to actually get him in. Because what I'd have to do is he'd come in for Tabla, and then I'd have to put him alone, like, up here. And I don't want to do that for this friendly, so Tabla's just going to have to tough out those last 10 minutes. Even with those extensive changes I made at the half, this is the first time Bolivia's looked like they're remotely a threat in the second half, so... Not a squad I need to worry about too much. Imreni actually got stripped there. That was a little surprise. But yeah, turns out this is just a super uneventful match. That's good though. It's nice to walk away from a match without an injury. I was half expecting a bunch of injuries here just because that's the way my luck goes. I look at the friendly that's supposed to be an easy tune-up and end up walking out with the entire starting lineup hurt or something. I have concerns about Jason Elliott's predictive abilities. There's no way that should have been a draw. Friendly demolition. I'd say that's a little harsh, but it's really not. Oh, Vernon Parks got traded on. That name's not going to mean anything to you guys, but Vernon Parks was a big part of my squad for a long time before Darby bought him off me. So we got an extra 170,000 out of that deal. Tableau is player of the match. I wish I could compliment player of the match as an international coach, but it doesn't seem to give me that option. It's a little risky just letting everyone go to this under 21s friendly, because we do have Real Kings coming up, but like I was saying before about Orlando Pirates, I'm actually kind of okay with getting knocked out of that knockout cup. This match is close enough to the start of December that it doesn't really free me from the brutal schedule issues that I was worried about, because that brutal schedule is starting at the end of November. But I'm probably going to get, if I win this match, I'm probably going to get another one scheduled later in there. Oh, Sundowns are actually willing to... Nah, Sundowns want in on that guy too. Crap. I don't think I can outspend Sundowns. All these guys are upset that I'm not letting Luke Fleurs leave. Time to try to defuse the situation. There's not really a good way to explain this to them. So I'm just going to tell them that everyone but Chikokwe took that well. And I don't really care what Chikokwe thinks. He's not good enough to get onto the main squad yet. I'm still just trying to develop him. This will probably hurt his development, but he's only slightly upset. He'll get over that pretty quickly. Fleurs is hot about the whole thing. I think he'll calm down as I keep playing him. Of course, he wants to go to Saudi Arabia. It'll make way more money there, but they don't want to pay me what he's worth. And I desperately need him on the defense, so... hopefully that cheers him up a bit. I mean, ideally, I want him to be happy to be staying with us. He's an integral part of my defense. I'm a little surprised by how this is playing out, though. Usually the Saudi teams come in and just offer such a ridiculous amount of money that I have no choice but to accept. So for them to undervalue Fleurs is actually really surprising. Oh, good. He liked the way I said that. So I've cheered him up a bit. Actually, quite a bit. He's delighted. He's probably still going to be in a bad mood, but shouldn't be too bad. Let's see if I can see where he is. Fleurs. Yeah, he's still fairly poor. He's less mad than Ben Williams, who I haven't had an issue with for like 2 months now. I mean, I haven't resolved Ben's issue. Oh, so they're up in their offer for him. They're just fucking me over completely. Now everyone's mad at me. Well, Chikekwe's mad at me. Potentially everyone could have been mad at me. And I'm still going to lose Fleurs, potentially. Watch him not even take their deal now. This never works, but I keep trying it. Oh, look, it didn't work. Doesn't seem to hurt things anyway, though, so that's why I keep trying it. And this is what happens when I put my entire first team in a friendly match against under 21s on a non-existent team. I don't want to say any of this stuff to him. I guess this is the best option. Hopefully I can win him back over before his contract runs out. I really don't want to lose him. 18-year-old striker. I got him back in a good move, so at least he'll play well for us for the rest of this season. We've not been getting very good turnout despite doing well. Oh well, their home stadium. I didn't realize that. Their home stadium is actually the same as our home stadium. Put CSE in there. Oh, that's why I didn't know it, because they're newly promoted. They're following the exact same trajectory we did. Get promoted up here. Then just shoot up in the rankings. So, still, we should be able to win this. Lyle Kay, who was a former grade of mine, is really liking Walker, and that made Walker happy. Well, I've lost Fleurs. And the worst thing about this is Saudi Arabia doesn't have a transfer window. He goes immediately. See if I can keep February happy about this. Margeman couldn't do it, but Margeman's happy that I trusted him with it. He's still fairly good. That's the perfect way for an unhappy player to sort out. You get the boost to a random other player by trusting them with going and asking about it. And then you talk to the guy, and the mere fact that you were interested in what he had to say cheers him up. So I got 2 improved morale out of that. But I hate that I lost Fleurs. Chikwekwe managed to get himself hurt. It's only for a couple of days and it doesn't really matter. Wonder why Mabuli's not been committing to his training lately. Well, I really need to get Malongo into something. His match sharpness is non-existent. Apparently, even all the secondary teams I've been letting him go to haven't been playing him. I know I could bulk do this for everyone, but I like to go through and actually look at the list of people quickly, even though I'm probably going to let them play with the backup that are clubs, just because if there is someone I don't want in, it gives me a chance to see it. Yeah, we don't have a captain now because Fleurs has already left. So I'm going to be swinging it back over to Margeman. He was my captain before I brought Fleurs in. Motong can stay as my assistant captain. That is just a massive blow to the squad. February's fine. Mabukwane is fine. Chikwekwe is fine, and let's be real, he's not going in. Senamela is fine. Safima is not good enough to actually go in yet. He's recovering from those pulled ankle ligaments better than I expected. You can see why I'm fairly confident against Real Kings, even though they're having a good season this year. They've probably been playing mostly weak teams. So now I'm stuck with Sinago and Mirosavljevic in because I can't play Fleurs anymore with him gone. You can see how big a hit this is. 2.5 stars and 3 stars to Fleurs 4-star. And I'm going to be hurting from that till at least January, where I might be able to bring in someone new. That's why I'm trying to show all the everything that's happening this season, though, instead of just saying, oh, it's just Bolivia and Real Kings. Nothing interesting is going to happen. Not recording this. If I didn't record this, y'all would have missed me getting YouTube terms of service violated again. And we're in danger in the goal because Nedlevo's in a bad mood about the whole thing. And that'll affect how he's playing. Okay, Real Kings are actually putting in a real challenge today. I might have been a little cocky about this match. Somehow we're complacent despite every highlight being them bullying us. Alright, Walker's got it. This is our chance. Our weak mental stats are showing they don't really know what to do with these guys. Unfortunately, Mabule is taking the initiative and starting to get some shots in. I continue to be really impressed with his performances. If I can get a goal, I'm going to be a lot happier. I do not want to go to extra time here. I've got another match in 2 days. I don't want everyone exhausted already from extra time. I've got to look at what the weather forecast was today. Whatever, I'll check it at halftime. It's spring, so it shouldn't matter too much. I mean, it's probably not 30 degrees or anything where I need to worry about it. I don't think it's raining or anything, so I'm not too worried about the weather wearing people down. But even in good conditions, I don't want them going to extra time right now. Margman got off lucky there. That could have been a red card or a yellow, but we got clean. Slow on the reflexes there. He should have crossed that when he was at the edge, but there's that goal I needed. Nice little celebratory Naruto run from Domini there. He managed to keep it onside. I wasn't 100% about that. So, I'll be happy with a nice uneventful second half now. With the amount of complacent players on our team, and you can see, like, they've cheered up a little bit, but Nilevo's still in a bad mood. Williams is in, and he's in a bad mood. Williams has been playing through that, but the general atmosphere around the club after Eriksson's bad mood, Mirosavljevic's not very happy. Losing a big name player like that is really hard on the team, and we're seeing the effect in this game. The mood in the locker room is a major contributing factor to us only having one goal right now, I think. Because we are the better club in this. Once we got past that initial onslaught, like, most of the highlights have been us in control. I say as they get an attack, but that was a fairly desperate attack. We're the more structured looking team in the box right now. Nilevo just hands his deal even if he's in a bad mood. Drawing penalties in good spots. As usual, our finishing's poor, but I've come to expect that. Everyone's playing all right, though. Like, no one's looking terrible. We're all having a good game. Mabuli's underperforming with a 6-7, which is still good. He's tired and not playing great though, so I'm going to take him out for McFarlane. I never play McFarlane, so give him a chance to show me what he can do. He's another 2.5 stars, so he should be fine. He's going to be a little rusty. He's not going to slot in super comfortably because he never plays with these guys. But give him a chance. I think I want to take Walker out too. He's not playing great. I mean, I don't love that I don't have another dedicated winger to put in. But Tao's not the worst option there. I can get a little cute with my formation if Dlamini can't play out on the wing, which he cannot, but I can pull Tao in here and set him up as an Engarsh, and he's fairly good. It'll make the attack a little narrower, but they've got us pretty well scouted, so changing up tactics like this may not be the worst thing. Everyone's just kind of looking sloppy all of a sudden. I'd be alright with that if I was another goal ahead. Right now it's kind of stressful. We just gave them a penalty. Midlove was good, but it's a penalty kick. That was just pure mental mistakes on our part. And now we're facing down exactly the sort of crisis situation that I didn't want to deal with, where if we don't score in the next 10 minutes, we're into extra time, and it's just going to be tiring out people that I need fresh for the next game. Make my last change. I'm putting in Foster for Siasi because of that yellow card mistake. What can I do with Foster? He's fine. The good thing is I'm finally getting some squad depth. I've been complaining about this squad not having depth, but I've got at least one layer of people that are decent replacement level players. I don't want to ever get to a situation where I'm starting matches with Foster and having to go down from him if he gets tired or hurt or draws a bunch of yellow cards. But I don't hate him as a sub. That's going to be another yellow card. And I can't get Sanago off the pitch. Good defending there, but our focus is completely gone. We've got 4 minutes of stoppage time. Hopefully they can make something happen in it. Oh, they made something happen. Foster got yellow carded. Great. So now it's time for that stoppage time. I really didn't want to be playing. we can see they're tired. They're not making good decisions quickly. Like, that was painfully slow to just pass back to Ndlovu. We should have been looking for a method to attack, but everyone's checked out and they're just, alright, we're going to casually play the ball back. Williams just missed a short pass there. We got real lucky to hit the upper crossbar. Hopefully that wakes them up. Because physically the skill's there. It's just all mental mistakes right now. Their heads aren't in the game. And it's painfully obvious they're making really bad mistakes, giving up possession of the ball in dangerous spots. The only good news is Kings seem to be making mistakes too. Like, they finally got a yellow card. Still ended up with a corner for them. Really don't want this to go to penalty kicks, because at that point it's pretty much just random. And this game has a terrible method of implementing penalty kicks because it tries to build suspense by like showing the them changing positions for half the penalty kicks, which is really not player friendly because I can't do anything at that point, so just show me the kicks. Get it over with. We need to get to halftime of the stoppage time though. They're dominating us right now. Our team's just decided the game's over and has stopped playing. Like that, Mapata should not be getting the ball there, but we were sloppy again. We're forcing them back, but and even though we're a minute and a half past the stoppage time, the ref will not ever blow a whistle during an attack like that. They might even let them have the corner. Yeah, he's going to let them have the corner before he whistles this half dead. Hopefully they're settled now. Don't know why I'm hovering over make sub. I can't make any more subs. Good, we've drawn a corner. Like, this is still fully winnable for us. It's just they're making it way harder than it needs to be. Looks like we've gotten back into control now. They're more focused, better control of the ball, faster decision making some of the time, but everyone's tired at this point. They're making the smart plays now. I'm still seeing a lot of positioning errors. And, like, poor ball control. Nidlova is somewhat saving us here with just going to penalties. I have no control at this point. I mean, I can auto pick my penalty or pick my penalty takers, but I don't really have anyone I want taking them. Tao's probably good. Oof, that's oh, that actually stayed out. Yeah, we've lost. At this point, we've lost. Management's going to try because we still technically can win it. This is what I mean about it trying to build drama and just being really slow too, because I wish it would still just cut to the tender in. Because if we do make this and keep the penalty shootout alive, it'll keep doing it that way. Like now, we get the whole walk away again, and Melcoret, walk again. Well, the goal was to get knocked out before we really had this dragging down our December, but not by exhausting ourselves with extra time. Okay, Eriksson got a 25th career appearance, and Foster made his 25th career appearances, so that's cool. And I'm treating them a bit with kid gloves here because I'm still trying to solve a lot of this like morale issues that we're having after losing Fleurs. We got to the point where not much disappointment, so still treating them with kid gloves. Got another $110,000 from the making it as far as we did, and the board's happy with how we did, so that's a win. Really, the only loss here, and Eriksson was player of the match, so really the only loss here is the amount of exhaustion we ran up. Just playing the extra time. I did not want to deal with that, but otherwise everything's fairly good. The Democratic Republic of the Congo's coach was scouting Babuli. South African coach was scouting Ndlovu, Siasi, Marjman, Eriksson, Dlamini, Makwakwena. So we got international coaches interested in our squad, which is nice. But anyway, that's it for today. Tune in next time when we take on Black Leopards and then Real Kings again. Although that time it will be in the Premiership. So, should be a good time. I'm going to be desperate for revenge against the Real Kings. I'll tell you what, I thought we were going to beat them fairly easily, but it appears I was wrong. So thank you everyone for watching. Have a good night, and hopefully next time we don't get another robbery by Saudi Arabia.